morning, everybody, and thank you for spending part of your day with us at the OSI team. We're going to be talking about empowerment this morning in the context of working with individuals with intellectual disabilities and severe mental illness, as we have experience with through OSI. We're just going to start with some introductions and some background about our previous experiences. So I'm the executive director. I've been with OSI for 13 years now, and I have about 30 years of previous experience working with individuals with developmental disabilities, mental illness, and learning disabilities. Prior jobs I've done include workforce development, welfare programs, education, and residential services. Michelle Powell. Need to unmute.
Hello, I'm Michelle Powell. I'm the Employment Services Manager at OSI. I oversee also our site's vocational program. Some of the history of what I have done in the past is work with the school-age children with emotional support and learning support diagnosis. I've served as the patient advocate at the State Psychiatric Hospital, and I have worked as an administrator for our housing of individuals with, I'm sorry, I'm losing my focus. Individuals with severe mental health and traumatic brain injury.
Hi, and I'm Jessica Brindle. I'm the marketing and media manager here at OSI. I have been here for a little over 3 years, and I come to OSI with a background in elder care and then later print sales and different marketing and sales experience, which plays in nicely with running the full service print shop that we have here at OSI as well. I'm also going to use this time to introduce the first part of our presentation. We're so excited to have you all join us for this portion of the May Day of Caring. At this time, Michelle will be providing a description of our programs and mission. Since we're unable to bring you in for a tour today, we've put together a compilation of video clips that will provide you with a glimpse of the many offerings that we have to provide this opportunity within our community. So I'm going to share my screen with you all at this time, and I'm going to play a short video.
Hello, my name is Michelle Lane. I'm the Executive Director of Occupational Services Incorporated, or OSI. OSI is a private, nonprofit organization founded in 1957 by a small group of parents of individuals with intellectual disabilities who were seeking to provide productive, enriching activities for their adult children. In partnership with the ARC, OSI was established as a sheltered workshop, providing vocational training skills to individuals through subcontract work from area businesses. Over the years, OSI has expanded its vocational programs and services to offer a continuum of services that supports OSI's mission to enhance the lives of individuals with intellectual, developmental, and serious mental health disabilities. This continuum still includes traditional facility-based services, but now individuals have opportunities to gain work skills and community at area businesses and organizations, as well as to obtain support in gaining a competitive job in the community if so desired. OSI's facilities have expanded several times and now include 2 facilities that provide paid work to individuals through partnerships with area businesses such as Volvo, TB Woods, D.L. Martin, Martin's Famous Pastry, York Wallpaper, and Carlisle Syntec, just to name a few. As mentioned before, in addition to facility-based services, individuals can gain work experience and training in the community by participating in work crews at businesses like Schreiber Foods, Staples Fulfillment Center, Bicycle Company, APX, The Butcher Shop, and more. Work crews consist of 3 individuals supervised by a job coach. Volunteer opportunities are also available to individuals as another option for community experiences. These opportunities are provided in partnership with area nonprofit organizations, such as Maranatha Food Pantry, Fulton Farm, Renfrew Park, and others. For those individuals that have the goal of obtaining their own job in the community, OSI Supported Employment Program staff will work with individuals to identify their skills and interests and to assist them in the process of finding employment that is a match with those skills and interests. Once the individual obtains employment, an employment specialist will provide support and guidance through the onboarding process and assist the employer in establishing a good working relationship with the new employee. For individuals with mental health challenges that are seeking employment, OSI offers a unique program known as SITES that provides in-depth employment preparation. This program includes identification of vocational goals and areas that need to be developed in order to make those goals. A holistic approach is used to prepare individuals for employment success that includes social and soft skills training, money management, coping skills, health and wellness, nutrition and healthy eating, and volunteer experiences. SITES participants begin working with employment specialists during the last phase of the program to secure employment by graduation. Referrals are made to OSI through Franklin Fulton MHIDD program, Supports Access and Management, or SAM, and the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, or OVR.
All right. So like I said, that was in place today of actually being able to bring you in and give you a tour of our facilities. You were able to see a broad overview of the services and business partnerships that we have here at Occupational Services. So in the next segment of our presentation, Jeff will be sharing more about his own personal journey that led him to OSI. And then from there, Jeff Baltoser, who unfortunately can't be with us this morning, he will also tell you more about the specific job opportunities and adaptive devices that we have implemented here in our workspaces to assist our workforce to reach their full potential. So I'm going to share a clip from Jeff with you all.
Hi, I'm Jeff Baltoser. I'm the Director of Business Development and Production Services here at OSI. And I want to talk a little bit today about how I got to OSI and about the very jobs that our clients do every day. I've been here for over 13 years now and love working with the clients. Before that, I worked as a machinist and also in multiple production wood shops. Most of my adult years were spent working for the government, and I was rear-ended in a vehicle, ended up with a permanent disability and living in chronic pain every day. I was unable to do my job, so I had to retire, and I went to the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation here in Chambersburg. Met with a counselor there, and they suggested that I go find a business who would willing to take an OJT contract, a training contract where they get subsidized to hire the person on. My wife's a supervisor at OSI, and she suggested I talk to Linda Mayer, the director, and as they say, the rest is history. I've been here, like I said, for over 13 years and love working with the clients. You come into OSI and the clients are ready to work. They have a great attitude, and I think you'll see in the pictures that I show you with all the new work that we're doing, I think you'll see the smiles on their faces, and I look forward to showing those to you shortly.
Hi, I'm going to talk a little bit more about our clients' work and how they get paid, and also to explain some of our adaptive jigs that we use for the clients to help make their job a lot easier and makes them more productive, adding more to their paycheck. We're going to start off in the print shop. OSI operates a full print shop here at 17 Redwood Street, and I wanted to show you the gentleman is actually labeling and dressing water bills, but you see the dowel rod on his table. He uses that to crease each and every water bill, sewer bill, to make sure that he doesn't have a fingerprint on it, and we get the customers get a wonderful product. This young lady you see is using another adaptive jig, and what she's working on is desktop calendars for Staples distribution. This is a jig we made to help hold the sides in so that she doesn't have to struggle with that. She can simply run the tape gun, wrap it back underneath, and do a nice product for Staples. This young lady's working on another job that we have for Carlisle Syntech. OSI does over 400 different samples for Carlisle Syntech, and this is a rubber sample that they give to their sales reps to hand out to customers. And this adaptive jig is simply a little piece of wood with some felt wrapped on it with a drawer knob on it. And what that does, she uses her hand and it presses all the air out of the bag. And then she can use one finger to seal the bag. Here's a finished sample of that product. We just got a lot more of this job in. Carlisle is expanding. They've been a wonderful partner for OSI, and we're grateful for all their work. This gentleman's working on a bulk kit for D.L. Martin elevators. You can see we purchased the product direct from Hildy, and we carry that inventory here at OSI. And then you can see he's using a different type of adaptive jig, kind of a picture story of what product goes over top of what picture. He doesn't have to count. He simply takes that, dumps it in the bag, seals it, and he's earning a paycheck. And how many people do you have working for you that have a smile like that after doing a job all day long, and they're still happy at the end of the day? Here you're looking at thousands and thousands of recycled products from the cable industry. These happen to be Comcast cables and remote controls, and this is called spaghetti. Whenever you take your product back, it simply gets dumped in a Gaylord. And what we did thousands and thousands of these, and what we did, we sterilized those. They'll get wiped off with a sterile wipe. They'll get wrapped, and you can see this is the adaptive jig where the client simply has to put the cord through the slot in the wood, and then he simply makes a figure 8, uses a twist tie, ties it up tight, and then that'll go in a bulk package and be sent back out for Comcast customers. This is the exact same job, but this is a more technical jig that we used. And what we did, this is run by a cordless drill with a foot treadle on it. The client simply puts it in the clip on the machine, hits the foot treadle, it hand wraps, it automatically wraps, I should say, that product up, and he puts a twist tie on it and puts it in a finished product box. This is also for the cable industry. These are brand new 3-foot coaxial cables going in your kits. And what we did, we've been blessed with a lot of wonderful creative people. This came from our production manager, who just simply was at Lowe's and saw this ceiling fan box that mounts in your ceiling. We picked up some little brass hooks that you might hang your key on, screwed those into the blocks, glued that down to the PVC piece you see there, and then the client starts, you can see where it starts there, and it hooks on the box, and they simply wrap that around, and then the box also had slots right in it so that the client could use the twist ties and tie it up nice and tight, making a wonderful finished product, perfectly the right diameter for the customer. This is another cable industry job. The owner of the company out of Baltimore, Maryland, happened to be in Sweden, and he saw these for sale. And what it is, it's cable modem antennas. He bought 7,000 cable modem antennas, shipped them to the Port of Baltimore, trucked them up to us to give our clients work. And then he, in turn, once these were packaged in boxes of 50 and 100, and then they were sold to second and third world countries for new technology. The gentleman that you see there has muscle spasticity. His muscles are really tight, so he struggles. And so we built this little jig for him, drilled 50 holes, and he can get those in fills the jig, he tells his supervisor, and the supervisor dumps those in a box, and he's earning a paycheck. And as you can see, for the smile on his face, it was one of his goals to learn 2 new jobs, and he loved this job. It was great. But if you ever need any other types of packaging work, please give us a call here at OSI. My name, once again, is Jeff Baltoser. You can reach me here at 717-360-8773, and I would love to talk to you, price your job, and give you ideas how OSI can help you help yourself. Take care and have a great day.
All right. Great, thank you to Jeff. As Michelle mentioned earlier in our presentation, the work that we do in our Chambersburg facilities is only a very small piece of the offering that we bring to our community. We also take a great deal of pride in the partnerships that allow our workforce to work in business locations throughout the community. So I would now like to share one more video before we merge into the live portion of our presentation. And this particular video was done by one of our business partners, Schreiber Foods in Shippensburg. This video highlights the work that we're able to provide in the community through the use of our work crews.
Giving them an opportunity, that's what's fun.
Bill is referring to a crew of 6 adults from Occupational Services Incorporated, or OSI, a nonprofit in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
They find work for challenged adults. And they approached us and toured the plant, and then we found a couple jobs in the plant they could do and rework.
The crew has been coming on weekdays for many years. They primarily work on salvage and do quality checks. Bobby and Chris are 2 of those employees.
We just peel them, open them up, put them in buckets.
Their autistic nature makes them to focus very closely on things, so they've done a great job of doing that.
OSI awards an Employer of the Year, and Schreiber has won the award twice.
Most of the people at OSI work at their facility, and they do a lot of different things for different companies, but very few of them get the opportunity to go out in the workplace. So the emphasis is to have them come out here, interact with other people, socialize, and try to develop their skills.
Bobby and Chris wanted to share this message with the rest of Schreiber.
We work as a team.
Teamwork, buddy.
Yep, like ball.
That's right, Chris. Working together as a team.
And get along, treat people where we want to be treated.
And getting along, everyone is to treat everyone kind and respect.
Yep. They're a lot of fun. They come to work happy every single day. And if there's some reason they can't work, because we have something going on and we cancel them for a day, they get frustrated because they can't work. They really want to work. And one of the clients, he has a joke every day when he leaves. And I say, see you tomorrow. He goes, I'll see you in 2 hours. I want to work all night too. So they really enjoy working.
I'm always excited to be here, bud.
All right, I hope you all enjoyed the glimpse into our day-to-day work in the community. That video still gets me, and I've seen it quite a few times. So it's just a beautiful purpose that we have with all of our partnerships in the workforce. At this time, I'm going to pass things over to Michelle Powell, and she is going to be talking to you about our sites and our supported employment programs. Michelle?
Thank you, Jessica. Our mission at OSI is to reach people where they're at while giving them tools to persevere, moving them closer to achieving their goals. Our site's vocational program stands for supporting individuals transitioning to employment success. The site's mission is to provide guidance and support toward targeted employment for individuals with mental health challenges. Some of the areas that we support in the program are communication and social skills development, career exploration activities, learning opportunities, life enhancement programming, life skills development, job search skills, application and resume completion, and money management skills, along with providing coping strategies for the mental health challenges that they face. The site's program provides a stepping stone toward integrated community employment, bridging the gaps between mental health case management and other OSI programs, such as vocational rehabilitation, transitional work, and extended employment services. That leads us then into our supported employment program, where our focus is on providing purposeful workforce solutions for enhanced occupational development, personal achievement, and success. Some of our services would include interview preparation, job search development, job placement, community-based work assessments, on-the-job support or job coaching, and follow-up services. Our goal is to provide strategic job placement for employment success. The mission of the supported employment program is to create purposeful experiences and opportunities to enhance the abilities of each person we serve. Our solutions are highly customized to match the skills, interests, and abilities of the individual. Job coaches work alongside each employee in the workplace to model appropriate behaviors, offering task instruction, mentoring as needed, and advocating for the individual's success within the community to foster inclusion. We support success. OSI focuses on abilities rather than disabilities. And we understand that every individual has value and unique capabilities, and it's our belief that the individuals we serve are able to achieve professional success and build long-lasting relationships within the community. And a very strong relationship that we had built back in 2018 was with Joel Bradnick of APX. He is joining us today for a question and answer session with Michelle Lane. So we will be getting to him. Thank you.
Joel, we really appreciate you joining us today, taking time and willingness. You're one of our faithful business partners, and you've had a lot of experience with our folks recently, but maybe you can start by telling a little bit about, how you came to be familiar with OSI and, how long ago that was.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me come on board today with you here. Can you hear me okay? I don't do a lot of Zoom on this computer, so I got to make sure it's working right. Actually, the owner here, Andy Pappas out of Waynesboro, had a brother that many, many years ago was involved with OSI, I guess, very early on when it was in Waynesboro on a side street somehow, or changed OSI, one or the other. But he took a very active interest in this some time ago of helping people like the ones we get, whether it be the mental deficiencies, the physical disabilities, earn a living for themselves and help themselves. So back several years ago, worked with Michelle and stuff, and we have brought on some people. We actually have 3 employed right now. We have some of your outside staff comes through and does some plant maintenance, custodial type work at a couple of other businesses. And it's grown since then. We've sent some work in. We use your paper shredding business. So we have a big magnitude of different things that we do at OSI. And to be honest, I wish I had more employees like them. It's just unreal, the enthusiasm we get from these individuals, and the dedication is probably one thing that's lacking. We don't have to worry about, are they going to be there? Are they going to be on time? Are they going to stay all day? They don't live on their cell phones, which is abnormal for the world today. The workforce has changed since my day of starting in 1972. The workforce is totally different today. And these people are truly a blessing in helping us accomplish what our needs are to support our customers.
Joel, did you always feel this positive about employing individuals with disabilities, or is this something that your views have changed over time?
They probably improved. I've always felt this way. I have a past volunteer EMS, EMT background. I've been doing that about 40 years. The last 3 years haven't been as active, but I've always had a little more caring for people, and those type I've had the ability to interact with, whether it's autistic, mental disorders, as far as suicides and different things like that. So, but this has brought it more to a different level. What we can do as a community and a business to help these people get past the doors and the roadblocks that hold them back into a beneficial type environment that's going to make them better. So yes, I would have to say OSI has definitely increased my level of enthusiasm and understanding.
So how has your company specifically benefited? I know you described some of the things that we do for you, but do you see any other benefits outside, the obvious work that is being performed for you?
Yes, and we actually have a variety. We have Mike Barlow, one of that we hired on directly through you. He's a part-time, what I call a full-time, part-time individual. He works in electrical. Mike has some major injuries due to an auto accident years ago. He works in an electrical wiring department. He does a great job. It's an ideal job for him. And that business, and our portion of it, is actually growing. The wire, the electrical integration of our cabinets that we build, and Mike's been a blessing with that. And we also have another young man, Jamie, that's come on board. Allie works with him as a job coach. Can't speak highly enough about Allie as far as her performance with these individuals. I asked her, I need someone to come in and help me do this entry level type assembly that I just can't find people to do the time to get them in. Jamie wants to be a dishwasher. I said, well, and Allie said, well, let's try him here. He come in, and the young man does a great job. He works 3 days a week for us. He's on time. He shows up. He does. I know he's going to be there. I can rely on him to be there. So I don't have to scramble on the days he's here saying, okay, where am I going to find a body to do this repeat work? That a lot of people, once you put them in a repeat performance stage of a job, it gets humdrum after a while, and they kind of lose it. But Jamie is very happy what he's doing. He takes pride in what he does, and I know he's going to do it right.
So if you came across another business owner that was thinking about maybe working with OSI or even just hiring somebody with a disability, what kind of advice would you give that business owner?
I would tell them, number one, if you don't know who they are, go talk to them, because they're more than what people think they are. You have a lot of great services, both internally and externally. And they work so well with these clients that they have that come on board to help us, that until you really sit down and look to find the right people for the right fit of job, I don't care what business you're in, there's always that one particular job. It's a repeat type job that after a while somebody says, look, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something else. I want to do something else here. I want to do something else there. The dedication's there. You need to take a serious look at this, and there has to be spots within your organization that you can definitely benefit and give these people a chance to benefit also.
Thank you so much, Joel, for taking time again. I know you're a very busy man, and I just want to open it up. If anybody has any questions before we allow Joel to go, I guess you can either put them in the chat or unmute yourself.
Okay, we do have some other opportunities coming up here soon, and I'll be working with Michelle and them on that, and Allie, and hopefully we can get a few more in here, because again, I hate to repeat myself, but these guys and ladies are going to show up every day. That's with the workforce we got now that's out there. It's tough, and I can depend on these people. So thank you for having me today, and everybody have a good weekend. Okay.
Thank you, Joel. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Now, I think Jess has a few things to add to our presentation, and at the end, I will be taking questions.
All right, so again, thank you all for joining us. If you'd like to learn more about any of our services, I invite you to check out our newly redesigned and rebranded website. You can find that at osinc.org. While you're there, if you feel so led, organizations like ours definitely rely on donations as well as fundraising through our community. There is a tab at the top that's listed as ways to give. If you check that out, you can make a direct donation directly to us, or you can always go through the United Way. We are so thankful for this beautiful community that we're a part of, and we certainly couldn't provide work, programs, and services without the support we have through all of our local business partners. Saying that we appreciate all of you will never be enough, but know how deeply we do appreciate you through your partnerships that support our mission. And I did just see a question come through on the chat for the website, and I'll just go over that one more time. So it's osinc.org. And if you're looking for the fundraising options, it's ways to give on the right-hand side of the page. So I personally want to say thank you. I'm going to pass it back to Michelle. Thank you so much for having us a part of today's programming. What we do here is so important to our community. It's important not only for our individuals, but also for the businesses that we serve. And if there are any ways that we can help, please do not hesitate to reach out. There's also a form on our website. If you have any questions, you can put your question in there with your contact information. Those go directly to me, and I will send those out to the appropriate contact, and we will get back in touch with you if there are any questions on anything that we've gone over today. So thank you so much for having us. Back to you, Michelle.
Thanks, Jess. And I just want to give Jess a shout out because she put in a lot of effort for our presentation this morning and worked with us through all of the little hiccups trying to do our recordings and things. And I know it was not easy. She put in a lot of hours on that. So thanks, Jess. A couple of the questions I saw in the chat already asking about tours. And because of COVID, we have not been open to the public for tours, but I do believe we probably will be able to resume that once the governor lifts the restrictions. I think that starts June 1st. We are governed by Office of Developmental Programs and have to go by whatever guidelines they present to us in terms of that. So if you're interested, hey, we'll put you on a list and reach out to you as soon as we have the availability. And I also saw another question about the recycling services. If a business is interested in that, you simply just need to give us a call. Jeff Baltoser and Lynn St. Clair can take care of that for you. We can arrange pickups. I'm looking through here in the chat. I see some things that I think are relative to some other presentations possibly. We got the website. Thank you, Brandy, for putting that on there for us. Okay, the intro showed clients assembling items that OSI printed. Can you provide design services as well as digital printing? Jess, do you want to speak to that? That's your wheelhouse.
Sure. So at OSI, in addition to all of the services that we offer for our community partners through both sourcing work that we bring in-house and sending clients out into the community to organizations, we also have a full service print shop that we operate in-house. And we do monthly, we do water bills, sewer bills. We do a lot of the newsletters that you probably receive from a lot of local organizations. We love work that requires finishing. So we do provide design services. However, we really, really love the work that we provide for our clients. So if it's something that has finishing attached to it, if it needs stuffed in an envelope, or if it needs folded and tabbed, or anything like that, we love those types of jobs. But yes, we do all of those other things as well. Full service printing, full service graphic design. And additionally, I will mention that the print shop and the shred facility are similar in that that's a full service secure document destruction facility that we operate at our Industrial Drive location. So those are facilities that we run and operate to provide work for our clients through OSI here in-house. So if you happen to be part of a nonprofit organization or a business that does mailings or newsletters and could use some assistance, we do all of those items. We do wrap cards and business cards and brochures. So please just reach out to us and we'll give you a quote. And the same with the shred services. They provide bins that can come out into your facilities. They can also do one-time purges, and they can also do some smaller shred services if you have, if your mom is cleaning out her basement and she just needs some help, they can provide that for you as well. So we love any opportunity to interact with the community. So if you have any questions, again, I can't encourage you enough. Please reach out to us, send us an email, or use that form on the website, and we'll be sure to get an answer back to you. Thank you. I'll pass it back to you, Michelle.
Thanks, Jess. Any other questions?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I assume when I go to the website, I'll be able to identify your portfolio of services. I'm sure that will be listed probably on your website, so I can skip past that, right? I can find that there. I know just
as far as, I'm sorry, Michelle.
No, go ahead, Jess.
I was gonna ask, do you mean print services or do you mean like the general scope of services?
Right, your portfolio of services, what services you offer, I could find that on your website.
Yes.
Okay. My second question is, do you offer any kind of training for potential partnerships that you have with other organizations and working with your employees so that we are aware of best practices and how we communicate, engage with members of your organization? Is there an orientation, a training of some kind that you provide?
There's nothing really formal with that. Whenever we're establishing a relationship with a business, though, one of our management team usually goes out, whichever, it depends on which part of our business you're looking at, and we'll talk to you about, you know, how it works, how that particular program works, and as far as with working with hiring individuals with disabilities through Michelle Powell's program, they definitely spend a lot of time on the employer site. And it's more of an informal, you know, helping you to negotiate, building a relationship. And, you know, the folks we work with are just like you and I, you know, they have the same needs and wants, but there's sometimes there's like communication difficulties or things like that. We help work those out on an individual basis with the company. I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Anything else from anybody?
You mentioned that you could provide donations through your website as well, correct?
Yes.
And do you offer service opportunities for youth?
We don't at this time. We have, again, we're regulated by the state, so there's a lot of hoops that have to be jumped through. You know, we have to do background checks. They have to be over 18. And now the state is requiring us to put any volunteers through a pretty extensive training, orientation training. It's kind of hard for somebody just to hop in for a couple hours. Other than doing some service projects like painting or doing some landscaping for us, those kinds of things, we can work with that. But if you're doing volunteer work with individuals, that's pretty intensive.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no other questions, I'd like to thank the United Way for their giving us this opportunity to talk about the folks we serve. One of the most passionate things we like to talk about. And I want to thank our whole team. I want to thank Jess Brindle again, Jeff Baltozer, Michelle Powell, and we have the rest of our team of individuals here at OSI. And thank you, Brandy, for your assisting us in this presentation.